Welcome back to Evansville, Indiana, and our Zenith Performance Corner today looks at the control tower. It's the heartbeat of an unlimited hydroplane race. Here's Jim Hendricks.
We're at the control tower. This is a very intricate part of unlimited hydroplane racing. It all happens here at the nerve center, where the chief referee, of course, observes the drivers in action. The Coast Guard, they're here for a safety factor. They'll dispatch rescue boats if necessary. Another important part of unlimited hydroplane racing is the timing and the scoring. And these people do their job and do it well. Unlimited hydroplane racing, when they race on the clock on a flying start. All the drivers have synchronized watches. They all have the same time. They hit the water about the same time. They know where they want to be on this course at the same time. And they get a 5-minute gun, and the clock starts counting down. Then the 1-minute gun, and it counts down to 0. And they do not dare cross that starting line until that clock goes absolutely 0, or they've made an illegal start. This is the control tower. This is the nerve center of unlimited hydroplane racing.
Thank you, Jim. As the tower gears up, let's get ready for Heat 1A with the starting lineup. Mr. Pringles, Scott Pierce driving that boat. Chip Hanauer will be aboard the pink and white Circus. The red and white Miss Budweiser will have Jim Kropfeld in the driver's seat. Also out on the course will be Ron Snyder in Boss Marine Sports, the Sundeck boat. And the U7 Paddock Pools, Jerry Hopp. Rounding out the field, locally, Todd Yarling, a local driver, Miss Risley's.
It all gets underway right here, Dick Crippen. 6 boats will make the start at Heat 1A, and it looks like it's going to be the Circus Budweiser challenging for lane 1 with Risley's on the outside as they come around the apex of corners number 3 and 4. As we look to the top of the screen, trailing, it looks like Paddock Pools is slowing down. Will probably, I think it's going to pull off the course.
Well, Jerry Hopp has had some problems, certainly, in qualifying the boat. He just did get it into the field. We'll watch closely to see if, indeed, he does lose the rooster tail and pull out. Here they come. You can hear them spooling up on the turbine engines as they come around the final turn and down the front straightaway here in Evansville, Indiana. Lane number 1 is Circus Chip Hanauer, just a little bit behind the Miss Budweiser in lane 2. There he goes. He's pulling it up even. And it is now Risley's in lane 3, but Pringles is on his way up. Scotty Pierce has put his foot in it, and here he comes. You can see him on the right of your screen. There's the start of Heat 1A, and it is Circus in lane 1, Budweiser in lane number 2, and the Pringles, Scott Pierce in lane 3. 3 fast turbines into turn 1.
As they come off the apex of corners number 1 and 2, it's the Budweiser in lane 2 by just about a boat length over the inside boat. The pink one, which is Chip Hanauer's Circus, they come down the back chute. The first lap of 5 as they go toward the corner number 3. And look, it's going to be a dogfight, and this is the story that has been all year long.
That's right, and you'll notice that there is a tailpiece missing on the Circus. That is intentional. They took off the horizontal stabilizer on the back wings. They think that it'll give them maybe a little bit more speed. We'll find out, because right now it is a dogfight. You can see the Budweiser has that wing across the back. Jimmy Kropfeld very comfortable with it. They come down the front straightaway to complete lap number 1. It is Budweiser in the lead. Look at how light he gets as he comes back across the start-finish line.
135.262 mile an hour on our Zenith data computer system as the Budweiser goes wide. It's the Circus diving into lane number 1 and coming out of the back chute for the second time in first place.
What a tremendous job of driving by Chip Hanauer. He scooted on the inside, pulled a slingshot move, got by as they came out of turn number 2.
And now leads by almost 8 boat lengths.
What a tremendous jump into the forefront by Chip Hanauer. There he is in the Circus boat. He's handling a little bit light, but holding it on top of the water. We remind all of our new viewers that the surface of the boat that actually touches the water at any point during these hydroplane races when they're on plane is equivalent to a man's handkerchief. Imagine that at 136.674 miles per hour.
9 square inches of each spots and only half the propeller. The other half throws up that spray of water that we call a rooster tail. It's like about 100 fire hoses hitting at one time, and it could be a very dangerous weapon. 136.674 miles an hour for our leader here on lap number 2 of 5. That is Circus, Chip Hanauer.
And you just saw him pass up on the Paddock Pools as we enter into lap number 3 now. Mr. Pringles, Scott Pierce back in 3rd place, still holding very steady out there, fighting the water. But look at the ride on the pink and white Circus boat as he continues around this rather roughed up course on the Ohio River. Roughed up not because of all the wave action, but more because of the currents underneath the surface that force some rather unusual ripples on top.
Dick, you called it. The Sun Deck was having problems, and now Ron Snyder is down and out of the race, and we're down to 5 boats. Your leader comes around the complete lap number 3.
And he looks like he's going to be again close to the 130 mark. Chip Hanauer, 127.186 miles per hour. There you see it. A good ride right now. It looks like it's going to be just a pleasant ride to the finish line for him if he just keeps that engine going. This boat, when he was driving it for Fran Muncie last year and the years before, had all sorts of engine problems here. As a matter of fact, he even had a fire on the boat one time here at Evansville, Indiana. But right now, it seems to be operating flawlessly. Jim, it might be a good opportunity to point out, as we saw moments ago, the Circus without that horizontal tail. Here we see the Mr. Pringles riding in 3rd place with the tail. Now you can see the absence of it on the Circus that in car racing, we were saying that it is designed to keep the back end of the car down.
Keep the car on the surface. But in powerboat racing, unlimited especially, the tail is designed to keep the rear end up so that only half the propeller bites the water and adds stability. Of course, not to let your front end get too high.
And meanwhile, you have to be worrying about all the different wave actions you're hitting on a river like the Ohio, as we're seeing out here today, watching the Miss Budweiser comfortably in 2nd place now in Evansville, Indiana. As these boats fight out there, you can see the different attitudes that they take, and you've got to always be concerned with the fact that the boat doesn't know that it's not an airplane, and it can tend to take off. Here's the young man from Hanover, Indiana, Todd Yarling, just down the road from Evansville, between Evansville and Madison, as a matter of fact. This boat is rather new to the circuit, a new turbine, and they're expecting some big things from it. Here's Miss Paddock Pools, Jerry Hopp riding back in 5th place. Jim, he's got a problem.
He does. It looks like the right side of the right turbo has let loose as we look at our leader, and he's going into a smoke screen set up. Whoa, there's not a mosquito alive today on the Ohio River.
There certainly isn't. He's laying it right down on top, but through it all, Chip Hanauer can see the checkered flag flying, and he takes the win in heat number 1A. Here's the Miss Budweiser, Jimmy Kropfeld, popping it out of the water, coming home comfortably in 2nd place. It looks like Scott Pierce in Jip Presents Mr. Pringles will take 3rd. He does. So that's the top 3 in heat 1A.
Here's your 4th place boat, the Miss Risley's, Todd Yarling, local boy from the state of Indiana.
So a pretty decent start for that boat because they're new. Look at that smoke that was laid down by Jerry Hopp's boat, the Paddock Pools, all over the course up there. And we'll be back to take a look at more racing action as the smoke clears in Evansville, coming up right after this.
Jim Hendrick along with Dick Crippen back here at Evansville, Indiana. Here's the results of Heat 1A. Circus first, Miss Budweiser, Mr. Pringles, Miss Risley's, Paddock Pools, and Sun Deck did not finish.
Chip, I don't think you could ask for more from a boat than what you got out there.
It was really rough. That corner down here is just horrible. I think that's probably where Jim got in trouble. I got in trouble once, and I assume Jim got in trouble too.
You know that he was neck and neck with you. He took the lead right off the bat, and then you just flat outran him. What was the secret on it?
Well, I think he probably had troubles in that corner as I did, and we probably were getting through it a little better than he was.
But you're happy with it? You ran without that stabilizer fin again?
Yeah, the boat's running real well. There's a great deal of debris on the backstretch. I mean, it's everywhere. You cannot miss it. So I'm worried about that. I think propellers are going to be broken today.
All right, but this is the way to start it.
Yeah, finals what counts, but, we'll take this.